Aloha. I had to give my updated version of CERN because once I started talking about CERN and talking about how bullshit it is, I told you it was going to be some other shit that come tumbling down that rabbit hole, and sure enough, I stumbled on this video, the second one right here, called CERN 2.0, China building super collider twice the size of CERN, posted an hour ago from a call for an uprising. And I got halfway through his video, and basically it's just the fear tactics like I was talking about. Not saying anything against this YouTube channel or anything, just using his tone as a reference to explain what I was explaining in my other videos, talking about how this is the idea, just like NASA, CERN is used to bulk up this idea of these scientists and university professors selling illusions to people in order to make them seem like they're the all-powerful people. And basically, I'm going to keep this video short because the remaining info, or the information that's attached to this, is all in my other video talking about how CERN is bullshit. So this is just an update to that storyline. But basically, how I'm seeing CERN now, it's still full of shit, but the storyline has expanded to this whole now that this Chinese CERN is out there, supposedly twice the size of CERN, mega CERN, 7 times the energy of CERN, 2 times super collider. So basically, this is looking like just like what happened in the 60s, the race to the moon. So instead of the race to the moon, and they make some big story out of you know, what happened, this whole CERN journey is a race to another dimension, or a race through a stargate of some sort, or a race to some artificial bullshit reality that they're going to pump up as something that we should invest in coming up next. And I really do feel like this floating city stuff that's been on there, the conspiracy so-called stories of that stuff out there, because there was a floating city in China seen in the clouds and all that. All this stuff is being played to like all these there was also another, like it looked like a wormhole opening up in LA, the same type of a few months ago I actually did a video on that too. But there was that same type of wormhole looking light in the sky in China a few years before that. And I'm feeling like what's happening is that there's this light show in the sky that is being seeded into the masses' consciousness in order to sell an agenda of what's next, or what's the new moon landing is going to be. So this movie that they're calling Conspiracies Today will be activated as science fiction, or a non-fiction reality, once they find something else that people are starting to believe in, that they actually want to make a profit off of, make money off of. And CERN has been out there since the NASA installation time frame. So they've been working on chapter 2 since when they started chapter 1, which was NASA back in the 60s or late 50s. So yeah, this is, they knew what the next step would be, and they knew what they needed to sell people to get them to believe in stuff. And just as they artificially created a moon landing for us to believe that they have the power to and the potential to go to the moon, they are creating these giant machines to make it look like they are creating this artificial Big Bang that they're talking about, to make it seem like they can open up doorways to other dimensions and black holes and all kinds of shit. Whatever it's gonna be, however they sell it, you already know it's full of shit when you understand that NASA's full of shit and the CERN scientists ain't no different. So how they're playing it, how it looks like they're playing is that instead of the United States racing to the moon against Russia in the 60s, is going to be the new superpower today is China. So it'll be the United States professors, university system teamed up with all these other countries that are working with CERN in Geneva, Switzerland, are going to be racing to another dimension against China, today's superpower. So, yeah, that's what's making sense right now to distract everybody from the bigger pictures. That's the only thing that can really sell, and at the same time, that opens up, pun intended, it opens up the doorway to bring in this whole alien agenda shit that they're talking about. So, or been waiting to sell into the mainstream populace, as they've been seeding it in Hollywood and science fiction novels and conspiracy stories and all this other stuff that's been on the outskirts of what people are saying is real. So the only thing they really want to sell, and they call it real, is fear. And they sold us going to the moon, that Russia was going to be the superpower if they made it first, so they did it with Hollywood back then, and that's just the way it is. And good thing we did it, because we're the good guys, we're the cowboys, and they're the bad guys. And today's good guys are the same storyline, and the bad guys today are China. So this is how they're playing this storyline, and all of these nations are playing the same game. They're playing the same movie. It's not like the CERN in Switzerland is any different than the story of CERN in China. They're both storylines that are playing illusory power roles to sell an agenda and pass the baton of power, illusory power, to the next storyline. And just as the monetary system is shifting over to the Chinese storyline, the whole gold storyline that's going on, of course they got to do it with science at the same time. So in the university system, so this will be their new way of selling whatever it is they're going to sell in. And they got to utilize, you see in the corner, they got to utilize the deeper layers of your belief system when they factor in like outskirts of religious stuff like Shiva and these rituals. They gotta scare this shit into your mentality, because they know that you won't. It's a deep layer. Once you've been programmed into your lower chakras and programmed into the fear and survival mode mentality, then they just have to utilize your belief neurons to buy in this agenda that is going to be part of their or the foundation to their next storylines that they want to sell to individuals. So this is why Hollywood is so scary, scares the shit out of you. This is why the local news is based upon scaring the shit out of you. So when the time comes when they hit that button and say, extra, 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 there's now aliens here. We have aliens in this, and they opened up a doorway and this and that, and just like they did. This is why the local news and all that shit is out there, because they need a mass frequency, a stream of consciousness to sell out a storyline that is at least going to get a good chunk of people, because there's people who just believe the news just because it exists. They believe everything that comes on the news just because it exists, and that's all that the system needs in order to sell in these illusory power grids and these storylines that promote this undertone fear tactic agenda. So just like a lot of people will not believe anything until a certain group of people say that it exists or that it's real or that it comes on as, some people only believe stuff when it comes on CNN and Fox News. Some people only believe it if it goes on RT. Some people only believe it, which are one and the same, all of them. Some people only believe it if it goes on the Young Turks or somebody in the Young Turks says it, which is the same storyline. Some people only believe it if it goes on collective consciousness websites and alternative news websites or TED Talks, or it's these belief systems that are being played, mind control games that are being played, that contribute to the separation as a whole from our reality, our intuition, our trust, our security. So as long as we are stuck in the survival mode and fear mode mentality, we are maintaining a space of insecurity. And these militaries and governments and politicians and universities, their scientists and all these people provide our security because we are comfortable in the insecure zone. It's an insecurity space balanced with distraction and busyness, and then we just play the rest of the story out, calling ourselves free, calling ourselves successful, and part of the human storyline, but it's not. The fiat currency system, the maritime admiralty law, these are all systems that were created by men, created by a system of control. We call it human nature. We call this war and all this shit the way it is today. The way they tell the story creates the way we see the story. So if they seed CERN out in our consciousness and the conspiracy consciousness for so many years, dating back all the way to the the 60s and all that time frame stuff, then it makes you believe it. And then they sprinkle in, oh, well, all these scientists from all over the world have been working on it together. Oh, well, that makes it even more real. Oh, yeah, well, it costs $10 billion a year to work on. Oh, well, that's extra real. Yeah, and, it's talking about what we've been talking about, what Einstein's been talking about. It also proves, the Big Bang Theory, which, we've been telling you about. Oh, well, that's extra, extra, extra real. It's like, oh, it also talks about the theory of relativity and the theory of gravity and all this other stuff. Wow, I really believe this stuff. Like, oh, yeah, boom, here's CERN. Oh, shit. We made it into another doorway. Oh, what's this movie? Oh, well, there's aliens over there. Oh, they're here now. Oh, did China? Who's gonna make it first? Who's gonna go? China or the Swiss version of CERN? Who's gonna go through these doorways? What's gonna happen? Oh, this is a good movie. And since it's been seeded from so many different perspectives, it's creating our reality. So we believe whatever is real based upon what these so-called scientists have told us, based on what these movies have provided for us to see things as. So I wanted to share this real quick because I didn't know China was coming out with this double CERN program, but now that it's out there like that, it makes sense because politically, the superpower of China has been the movie real threat to the so-called superpower that is the United States / Great Britain / the whole bullshit system that is thriving today. And if they're just going to do a change of command, it makes sense now that they would utilize, just like they did back in the 60s, the change of command ceremony of selling you the bullshit story of they went to the moon. Since they got Stargate out there and all these other interdimensional stuff, and Star Trek selling you telecommunication or teleportation and Star Wars and opening up all these doorways, and they get you. And then the fear program is the horror movies, with the horror movies and the demonic programs of exorcisms and all this other stuff. It's a big movie. All the movies are one movie, and then we watch these the control grid movie and they call it real. It's bullshit, total bullshit. It's all based upon these theories. But I just wanted to share that this exists out there, the mega CERN, and it's just out there just to make the regular CERN in Switzerland more real. If China's doing it, oh, this must be real, and this just came, yeah. So this has been around for a while. I just hadn't researched it enough because I had been feeling like this had been full of shit for a while. It's just another distraction, but people have been selling, this storyline for a while. So it matches up with the hologram stuff that they're talking about with these floating cities and why that connects with, because I had saw that hologram story, floating city in China a while back, and then it floating in Orange, California sometime after that, and then also the same city floating somewhere else. I never knew where that fit as far as holograms and all this other stuff. I knew it was a part of this distraction program of some sort, to where they're working to get people's attention, because that's what this whole thing is. Anytime they have those like so-called wormholes opening up in the sky, it never rang like serious to me, like, oh, this is something you need to pay attention to. It just felt orchestrated in some sort, like all these other things. Same thing with CERN. So now it's starting to make sense as far as like what where all this stuff fits as far as their storyline goes. So yeah, China's the new Russia, and interdimensional travel, or stargates, is the new moon landing, and SpaceX is the new NASA, CERN is the new NASA, and yeah, fear and extraterrestrials and demons and black holes and all this shit that they've been selling in this university program, university spell, I should say, is going to coincide with this next version of distraction, because they were distracting people back then. It was this whole, it's all linked in with war and the military and all that. So anytime that stuff factors in, they got to give a distraction out there or go to war again. We've been at war forever with everybody, and the war on terror is kind of like everybody's realizing that the United States created, or the system itself created the group of ISIS, and it's not going to make any sense to just go to war with, they can't do that. I mean, it's just a distraction bubble, and it's like, oh good, now we have something. It's like from bad to good. It's like the good tastes gooder when you've been eating shit for so long. So they just been amping up this doggy bowl full of shit to sell in this this distraction, this ice cream Happy Meal with a Happy Meal toy of interdimensional travel and aliens and all this other stuff that's been behind the scenes. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, from all my relations, peace, love, and harmony.